Hello everyone, this is Beastly Eel here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about my predictions for the next death battle. So this death battle is going to be between Deku from My Hero Academia versus Asta from Black Clover. So these two are very similar in the sense of both were powerless in the beginning, and were given powers that both of them actually are causes them damage if they use too much. So we'll go into more detail about it for each one in a minute. So that being said, let's talk about um, Izuku Midoriya, right? Is that how you say it? Izuku Midoriya, but we'll just call him Deku to make it easier. So he was born perkless in a world where a lot of people have perks. Perks give you superpowers, which is what he always wanted to be, was a superhero. So he actually gets into A1, given the powers of All for One. Um, I'm sorry, One for All. My apologies. That's the other one. So he was given that, and because of that, it gives him incredible strength and everything else, but until his body is able to use the quirk properly, it will cause him a lot of pain. So before this, he definitely did a lot of research on heroes and quirks and their weaknesses and everything else. So he definitely was a strategist even at that early on set point. So he had to train his muscles. The more he was able to train his muscles, the better he could use his quirk. He has immense stamina, because without it, he would not be able to use his quirk. He has immense strength, because he has to build up all of this because of his quirk, or else it will tear him apart. And he possesses great reflexes with and without his full cowl, which we will talk about later, incredible durability, and keen intellect, which we already discussed before. His adaptability is incredible. He's able to figure out what he needs to do mid-battle. He has incredible leadership skills and an indomitable will. He will not be broken easily. So let's talk about his quirks. He has the One for All. So this basically puts so much strain on his body, but increases it to a point where he's able to do so much. Um, so much so that it enhances all of his physical abilities to superhuman levels, and the results in unbearable levels of strength, speed, stamina, agility, and durability. The problem is there is a setback. Too much strain, it will cause severe damage to his body, which has been seen multiple times. Other quirks that he has is gear shift. It allows Deku to change the speed or velocity of any target he touches, including himself. So he's actually able to greatly increase his own speed and velocity of his target, and enhance the impact of force on his own strikes. He has the Fajin, which allows him to build up and store kinetic energy as he moves, and he can later release this stored up energy in an explosive burst of speed or power. Sorry. He has danger sense, which allows him to detect threats in the surrounding area, and it apparently causes a stabbing sensation in his head and takes a toll on his body. He also has Black Whip, which allows him to generate tendrils of black energy from his body that are good for capturing opponents. It is useful for grabbing things from long distance and increasing his mobility. And then he also has two others. Smoke Screen, which is the ability to generate a thick cloud of smoke from his body. And he also has the Float, which allows him to suspend himself in midair, granting him flight. So all these combined, along with One for All, he's able to do a lot. Um, Apparently, his body can subconsciously use his abilities um, without him knowing it. So apparently, inside of his body, it's the world of One for All, where all the old wielders of the quirk are there, which I find very interesting. Which allows him to possibly use these abilities um, without him being conscious of it. Some of his ultimate moves are Detroit Smash, which is a very powerful uppercut or straightforward punch. He also has the Delaware Smash, which flicks his fingers to create a powerful pressure shockwave that's enough to break large chunks of ice. He has the United States World Smash, which is begins his ultimate move by increasing his power and starts unleashing a velocity of punches, and is able to run around his opponent, building up his momentum and increasing the air pressure, and delivering a devastating kick. He also has one for all full cow, which is using his quirk on his entire body at once. Um, so he kind of like passes through his entire body through him. He's been able to do this at different levels: 5%, 8%, 10%, 20%, 30%, 45%, and even 100% at one point. Although I do not recommend it. Causes severe damage to his body and everything else. So obviously, the more percentage he uses of his quirk, the more powerful he becomes. So he has to be very, very careful. Overall, he is a powerful person in general. His costume includes iron souls, which gives him incredible fighting styles, but he uses specifically kicks instead of punches, mostly due to the fact of the damage he's done to his arms learning his quirk. He also has a Air Force gloves, which allows him to generate his power and direct his wind blasts or shockwaves in a specific area. He has mid gauntlets, which allows him to um, use his one for all power at higher percentages without worrying about damaging his body. And he just has the full gauntlet overall. So the way their stats are written, which I find interesting, is they have it in Ultra Archive and Ultra Analysis. So in Ultra Archive, um, his power is 1 out of 5. His speed is 1 out of 5. His technique is 4 out of 5. His intelligence is 4 out of 5. And his cooperativeness is a 5 out of 5. And then his ultra analysis is, I would assume, his hero status. So his power is a 6 out of 5. Uh, yeah, his power is a 6 out of 5. His speed is a 6 out of 5. His technique is a 6 out of 5. Um, uh, I'm sorry, I'm incorrect on this. It's up one. So it's a 5 out of 6, 5 out of 6, 5 out of 6. His wits are 5 out of 6, and his presence is 1 out of 6 because most people don't know who he is. Overall, he's very powerful, although has a lot of drawbacks. Let's talk about Asta. Asta's another one who had no magical power whatsoever in his universe, but he has combined himself with a demon that allows him to use what's called anti-magic. He uses this unique energy to nullify magic, and despite not having the ability to use magic, he's able to use this without any problem whatsoever. Um, he's able to do union magic, which means he's allowed to combine his anti-magic with other magic, specifically mirror magic. Some of his abilities include he's an expert swordsman, he's a no magic power, um, so basically he cannot be sensed by mana sensors, and he's immune to life-draining substances in the underworld. He has enhanced strength, which he's able to punch a hole in solid rock without a problem. He's super fast. He's apparently able to move in above average speeds. He's endurable, able to take hits from numerous attacks from Heath, and is able to emerge from a cave in unharmed. He has enhanced instinct, so he's demonstrated that he can unconsciously move his body in the best way to defend himself. He has keen intelligence and he has demon possession. So this is where it gets weird. So he has the ability to unite himself with this demon. Um, and what happens is the transformation only lasts for 5 minutes, and as time elapses, the crossbars of the stars on his chest expand into circles, and indicating how much time he has left in the form. After the time limit has reached, he experiences excruciating full body pain and must wait at least 30 minutes before he's able to transform again. Um, so he's able I'm sorry, the longest he's ever been able to extend the time limit is to 10 minutes. But if he uses it too much, it is not good. So he has the ability to um, use anti-magic. He also has anti-magic swords, so he's able to transform it into many different types of swords. So he's the Demon Slayer sword, the Demon Dweller sword, the Demon Destroyer sword, and the Demon Slasher katana. Is that the last one? Yes. So they all have different speeds and everything else that needs to be used. And their data books are his physical strength is a 5, his magic account is 0, magic control is 0, magic sensing is 0, cleverness is a 4, willpower is a 5. Um, between these two, it looks like on paper, um, Deku is going to win this fight. So with just for the fact that he has so many more um, abilities than Asta, and Asta's anti-magic shouldn't do anything to his quirk. Um, so it shouldn't do like I mean it could damage him, but I don't think it can actually drain his energy, to my knowledge. But even if it does, he still has incredible stamina, and Deku has gone beyond his limits before. And I think what's going to happen is I don't know if Deku has to go full cowl. I don't know if he has to actually, excuse me, go into 100% power to actually defeat Asta, because it sounds like he doesn't. Because I mean, Deku can destroy an entire city with a punch. Now, granted, that's his full force punch, but still. Um, so I'll be interested to see how that goes. But overall, I'm going with Deku on this fight, mostly because he's got the versatility, he's got the strength, he's got the intelligence. Not to say that Asta's not smart, but I just can't imagine um, the powers that Asta has to be enough to actually stop Deku. So in the end, I'm going with Deku in this fight. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? And why? And also, don't forget to watch Death Battle. It comes out next Monday, so not tomorrow, not today, but obviously the following Monday. And as always, if you like the content you see, please like and subscribe below. Other than that, this is going to be Beastly Eel signing out. Have a good night.